and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to get in touch with me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also get in touch with us. Now, if you lend your friend and your family a hard-earned cash, or you work for a company, you have an agreement with them, and they're failing to pay you your money, feel free to get in touch with Real Talk, that collection department. Now, viewers, you can get in touch with us at 1-868-339-1670 or 1-868-238-6716. Feel free to contact us. I want to say a special good night to viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean, and around the globe. Those of you that are on our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali page, like and share as we go live. Now remember, my staff keep you up to date on our page with incidents that happen throughout the day in Trinidad, Tobago, and around the world. So feel free to like and share our page, viewers, and encourage your friend and your family and your co-workers to like the page also. Those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now, Real Talk is a show on Synergy TV from 7 to 8 p.m. Now we have a rerun the following day from 11 a.m. So viewers, those of you who missed it out during the night, you can look at it during the day. Now, remember, like I said, we have our drive that is going on, and feel free to tell your friends and family, call them, send them a little message, tell them Real Talk is starting now. So, before I move on to our show tonight, we have Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com.
So we do apologize for that day. We had a little technical glitch here, but nevertheless, we up and running. Battery pack, you know, sometimes battery just run dead. Little technical thing, the wireless. Nevertheless, I was telling you all about our Rape Cry Center. You know, this is something that I want to do for Trinidad and Tobago, and I need your help. I need your help with it. Like I said, I have already provided land. 5 lots of land in Palmas. It's Palmas and San Fernando. Now, land down there is about $700,000-800,000 a lot. And I have provided 5 lots of land for you all in Palmas to build the center, right? Now, all I'm asking you is for 7,000 people in Trinidad and Tobago and maybe up the Caribbean or around the world. 7,000 people to contribute $1,500, $1,500 to build this center that we have. Not yet. I come into that, and I know you want to spice it up. But listeners, viewers, I really want you all to contribute. Because this Rape Cry Center, it will be the only one of a kind in Trinidad and Tobago, and the only one of a kind in the Caribbean. Now, all I'm asking is to contribute $1,500 to build this center. 7,000 people, and we will reach our max quota. That is what we're looking for, right? Now, I have come up with some ideas. Like I said, if you contribute $1,500 and over, you have the opportunity to win a car. A fully loaded Kia Cerato K3, rims, tires, fully loaded, cameras, back and front, leather interior, as you are seeing it there. That is if you contribute $1,500 and over. Now, if you contribute between $1,000 to $1,500, you can win an all-inclusive trip for two to Tobago to enjoy the weekend. And when you see the borders will be opening back, hopefully within 2 months' time, we could probably extend an all-inclusive for our family somewhere in Barbados or Grenada or somewhere. You understand? Now, if you can't make the $1,500 and you can't make the $1,000 and you want to contribute at $500, from $500 to $1,000, you have a chance to win a jet and gold bead set valued at between $4,000 to $5,000 there. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it. But nevertheless, this center is for the male and female rape victims in Trinidad and Tobago and even up the Caribbean. So viewers, excuse, this is something. It's the very first of its kind in Trinidad. And I keep telling you all, we are no way in any political arena. This will not be a political gimmick or a political strategy. I am not of that. I am not of that. Now, many people have been asking, who would maintain this? Who would pay the doctors? Who would pay the staff? Hey, it's coming from my pocket. It's coming from my pocket. We have the San Fernando General Hospital. We have hospitals in Trinidad and Tobago built by the government of the country. And what state is in? What state is it in? That is political thing. But this will be built by me, Saieed. It is for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. All I need is a contribution. I have already given you all land. The land is there. 5 lots of land. It's between $700,000 to $800,000 for a lot of land in Palmas. And that's it. Just imagine, multiply 8 by 5 and see what you get. And I did that for Trinidad and Tobago. All I need is $1,500 from 7,000 people, and we will reach it. So when you're asking who paying the doctors and who paying the staff, throw it on me. Throw it on me, because I have been on the air for 2 years, spending over $1 million a year, and ain't even asking anybody to run an ad for $1,000. Much less for $10,000. I have some places to charge. No. So I am here for the people, not against the people. So now, viewers, remember I was telling you all that we will be doing a 3D design landscape of how the back of the building would look. I have a company that is doing a 3D animated design of how the building would look when it's completed. So, Shane, now viewers, this is a 3D landscape of how the back of the building would look. Now, to do a video, it costs money. It costs. This is how the back of the building would look. This is the landscape of the back. Right? I've been telling you all that. We are working on an image. We are working on a design for the back. This is how the back would look. Now, we are not talking about jailers going in this thing. We are not talking about battered women. We are not talking about disobedient children. We are talking about rape victim. We are talking about somebody whose dreams have been shattered by a bold-faced individual. Now, keep in mind, male also are being raped in Trinidad and Tobago. So that design that you are seeing there is how the back of the Rape Crisis Center would look. You see, I need to put something in place to reintegrate persons back into society. You're not just coming and you're not just sitting down in a room where when time to go to see the doctor, you're getting up from your room and you go in and see the doctor, and then when time to eat, you go in the eating area, and when time to read a magazine or TV, you go in the TV room. It's not just that. It's more than that. So when you have settings like that, to reintegrate you back into society, when you walk through that back door of that building, and you come to the back of the building, the landscaping area, and you see something like that, this will encourage you now to come out of the zone that you are in. It will help you to reset your mental capacity. It's not just a concrete wall right on the building and you're seeing security people and you lock up like if you're in Ward 1 or something. No, it's not that. We are reintegrating you back into society. You know, because a lot of people, when they get raped, you know, it's like, oh God, you know, people can say as a rape victim, you know, they want to stigmatize me. You know, can't go among my friends. Like, no, we're not on that. I want to bring you back into society. So when you see a design like that, when you see a place looking like that, a center looking like that, it will help you to come back, to build back yourself, to come back and face in society. You wouldn't want to commit suicide. You wouldn't want to run in front of a car and end your life. You wouldn't want to drink a poisonous substance. So that is how the back of the building would look. That is the landscape of part of the rehabilitation center. Now, I am working on design of an orchard, a nice orchard. Yes, somebody have started the 3D design of how the building would look. Hopefully, by the end of next month, we will have all the videos that is needed to show you all, to present it to you all. Now, I am spending my money to make sure you all see what Real Talk wants to do. So when you hear you all contribute, you are not just hearing me asking for contribution for a Rape Crisis Center. No, I spent a lot of money doing this video. Designing is a lot of money. It takes a lot. So, one more time, this is what you will be getting. And I know many of you will be asking, Said, how much does that cost? It costs hundreds of thousands. It's looking simple like that. It is looking simple, but that is what you would get. That is the end product of that landscape design. So my friend, when I ask for something, it's not to put in my pocket. It's not to put in my pocket. It's for you, the citizens, to build it, to build that center, to help citizens. And I know that there are people who are going to come from up the Caribbean to this center. I know that. Because it will be the only one of a kind. The only and one of a kind like that in the Caribbean. So I have friends who are doctors, who are lawyers, who are nurses, who are psychologists. Some of them have already devoted, Saeed, we love your idea, we love what you come up with. We will make ourselves available to counsel people and to see about people. They have already said that. Staying on that contributing. Remember when we had the food drive and I was telling you all, plant a seed? Well, a guy who does balusta in the Barapo area, now there are one or two balustas place, but I wouldn't mention the name for safety. Now listen this. He called me at the end and said, Saeed, I want to fund your drive. Come down and check me. My name is so-and-so down in Barapo and I just do balustas. No problem. So I left Shagona's in office drove down to Barapo, and I met this guy. He planted a seed into the food drive. That's just probably about a month back, about 6-7 weeks back. Now listen to this. I spoke to the guy. He called me a couple days back and said, Saeed, I want to plant a seed. I want to contribute into what you're going to do presently. So I said, no problem. So today I got some time today, and I drove down to Barapo. And I met this Balusta guy. I also met his wife, his daughter, and a lawyer was there also, one of their friends. So his wife was telling me, said, Saeed, things was slow. And when they planted a seed, they planted willingly to help. They contributed with a proper intention. When I went back today, he said, Saeed, his wife was telling me, she said, Saeed, when we planted a seed, things was slow. He said, but I got to tell you something. That seed that we planted wasn't just a seed. That seed turned into a tree, and it started to bear fruit. The wife was telling me that. She said, Saeed, we planted that seed in faith. And that seed grew into a tree. And they became successful. She told me that today when I visited their home in Barapo. You know, but for safety reasons, I wouldn't mention the name. There are one or two Balustas placed in Barapo, but I wouldn't mention his name for safety. Because of the fact that she told me, she said, Saeed, that seed grew into a tree and it became fruitful. So when you say the seed that you plant now grew into a tree and became fruitful, which means the money start flowing. And that is the reason why I wouldn't call their name. She said, we became successful. The seed grew. So when I tell earlier, plant a seed, there are rewards in the back. The tree will grow. Because planting a seed on Real Talk is not a dry man you're planting a seed with, you know. It's a man in the spirit world, you know. So now, if you all want to make a contribution or plant a seed into the drive that we are doing to raise $10 million to build this Rape Cry Center in Trinidad and Tobago and to provide a service for the citizen, feel free to plant a seed. Feel free to plant a seed. And he's locked on every night, and they know I am not lying. They know that. You see, if they didn't say the tree, the seed started growing into a tree, and money started to flow, I might have said, well, hey, you know, John Doe from Barapo, who have the Balusta place, you know? But it's for safety of their names. So those of you who know about planting trees or planting seeds, feel free to plant a seed. Contribute a little 1,500 or more, a little 1,000 or more. Because what I'm doing is for the citizens. You don't have to pay for the service. All I need you to do, all we need to do is raise $10 million. I have already spent for the land. Just imagine, calculate 5 lots of land by 800,000. I put it there for all year. I just do real estate. So the land is there. The land is there. All we need is money to build the foundation. That is all. So, feel free to contribute of this drive that we are doing. It is not politically motivated. We are no part of politics. If a politician wants to contribute, maybe a little million, a little 2 million, I call it big, you know. Because I know them budget big. When them go to the grocery, it's not 500, you know. I might go to the grocery with a little 2,000. They go in with extra zeros. When them go by the cash, it's two. It's not just one trolley, you know. It's two and two, three trolley behind them. So if you want to contribute a little million, 2 million, not a problem. If social development wants to contribute, you know, take a little 2 million from social development and pump it into the center, is not a problem. That's for the present administration and even though the past ministers. All they want to contribute, not a problem. We're taking that too. So, as we move on tonight, we have a call on the line. Caller, good night. You gone? So, viewers, as we start off tonight's program, Police Commissioner Gary Griffith cannot move to fire a police officer who is awaiting trial for murder. This is as a High Court judge has granted an injunction preventing the top cop from doing so until the officer's judicial review claims is determined. On Wednesday, at a virtual hearing, Justice Ricky Rahim ordered that the commissioner be restrained from firing PC Juman. Persistent to Regulation 32.1 or by retirement of the police service regulation until the matter is dealt with by the court. So which means the Commissioner of Police cannot move forward to suspend the officer while on trial for murder. Now listen to this, I just always say, if they catch a lawman or a lawwoman, mean in the protective service, if you catch them on something of illegal activity, I have been saying this, suspend them from working, yes, but suspend their pay also. Because if the normal citizen could be charged for a crime and they just lose their work, those in the protective service, if they are caught in the act of criminal offense, suspend them and suspend their pay one time. Suspend their pay. Because they are no bigger than the law. They are no bigger than the law. You see, and this is what we have in a problem with in Trinidad. Because the commissioner is saying millions are being spent. Millions are being spent on officers who are waiting trial, who are on suspension. They are still getting salary. So what about, which means, yes, you're in the protective service, and does it give you a right to commit an act of offense? You will be treated just like the man outside on the streets, just like a normal citizen, not because you're in defense or protection of citizens. You would commit an act and still get your salary. No, when a normal man gets charged, they just lose their job. So one thing I would push for now, for the commissioner to do now, is to suspend their pay. If you cannot fire them while they are on that offense, suspend their pay. Let them feel it. Let them feel it. There are good officers and there are bad officers. A good officer won't get tired for that. A good officer would not do something so foolish. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir. Good night. Yes, sir, I echo the same sentiments you're saying there. But, sir, what I really call for, I just really call tonight to get a big props and big commendation tonight, because for me, your programming is much more interesting than the MPN news on the so-called big TV stations. Honestly speaking, I really look forward to watching your programming tonight come. So, you know, your staff are doing a fantastic job, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. I tell you what, mate, have big people watching, you know. It's not just Trinidad, you know. Not just Trinidad, don't get tired. All of the Caribbean, people in authority are looking on. And like I just always say, before I reached on television, I had fame. I used to go up the Caribbean and sit down and eat with ministers. I used to sit down. That's why I could call a minister name and compliment him. Because I sat with them. So I'm not here for fame on TV. I'm here to change the way Trinidadians think. I'm here to change laws. I am not God. I am not God. But I have to say, thank God that with the power of inspiration and the power of persuasion, we got 6 legislations and 2 bills, September to December last year. Thank God for the power of inspiration, and I thank God for the power of persuasion. And watch me, we will get through the rape crisis center, you know. We will get through. We will get through. And everybody who bad talking it, hope that your family end up in a situation where you have to face Saieed, you know. Because, you know, a long time people used to say, boy, if you get me vexed, you could be a horse of a different color. Well, my color is changing because I'm a black Trinidadian. Not because they hear straight, I call myself black, you know. Trinidad is not a white man country. It's not. Canada is a white man country. England is a white person country. New York is a white person country. Not Trinidad. We black like dark night. So everybody who protesting and bawling Black Lives Matter, the Indian, the African, the Chinese who born here, the Spanish who born here, we black. Don't let the skin color fool you. And that is go to plenty all ahead. The skin color. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night.
Go right ahead.
Could you get a legislation passed where every policeman who gets charged for anything should be fired from the job immediately?
Now I'm going to tell you something. Thank you for caller. They would not be fired immediately. They would not. Because of the fact that you are innocent until proven guilty. That is why the judge put that legislation, that reinforcement there against the commissioner. Is only if he is convicted, he could be fired. Until then, you will be suspended from your job. And I will also like to push for the commissioner of police now to push now in your association for suspend a police officer pay while under investigation for any criminal offense. Whether you're in the prison or you're out of the prison. That is what I would like the commissioner of police to do. And I would like the attorney general also to put a legislation in place so that when officers or members of the protective service get caught up with any criminal offense, that their pay should be suspended. Because you are not above the law to be collecting a salary while the man on the ground who gets charged for some offense, they lose their job. It is not right. It is not right. So this is something now, if the commissioner can't get him fighting, can't get him fired, because I understand you are innocent until proven guilty. So I could side with the judge there. But push. Talk to the legislation. Go to the Minister of National Security. Let the Minister of National Security go to the Attorney General and put a legislation in place where officers, whether you're from the Coast Guard, you're from the Army, you're from the police, it doesn't matter what branch of protective unit you're from, your pay should be suspended. Be treated like a criminal. If you are charged with a criminal offense, you'll be treated like a criminal. Because when a police officer charge an individual or they hold a criminal, they treat them like a criminal. And if I am wrong, you the citizen tell me. So I just want to say a little quick something. Remember about a night, 2 nights ago, a lady called in and said the police found a bullet behind the microwave of their home. So I want to ask something. We're talking about a bullet. We're talking about a bullet. If a bullet is anywhere close heat, it can explode. If a bullet is anywhere close heat or anything generating heat, the bullet could explode. So I want to ask Tanti, or I want to ask the officers that the Tanti relating to, if a bullet was found behind the microwave, if you put food in the microwave to hot for 2 minutes, and you have a bullet in the behind the microwave, that bullet would initially go off. It would initially go off. It would fire. Tanti, you were supposed to call me, but you didn't call me like you get busy. So this is a little common sense to you, the citizen. Anytime a bullet is close to heat, it will go off. It will go off. I have an intelligence unit running. We just go up on the range and practice. So I know a little about ammunition. So Tanti, call me, nah? So if you, as we move along tonight, call her good night.
Saeed, good night.
Go right ahead.
I have two things to highlight tonight. First, that child, that 2-year-old that was murdered. Where is Black Lives Matter squad who forming the fool in town? These are the times for them to come out and support the commissioner to hold these people responsible. Another child gets killed on the priority. We ain't hearing anything about that. Who killed that infant too? She died and gone. The second thing, Saeed, the police service need to be revamped. The commissioner supposed to push now for laws to change the police service. It's too long. These police in this country doing their own thing because they know their fence wrong. Nobody can't touch them with a 10-foot pole.
True.
A police officer robbed me of $140.
$140 he robbed you?
$140. I paid. The warrant man came and he told my relative about the $140 owing for a child for preschool fee. I went to the station. I paid it for my relative. I paid the police officer. He told me they don't have any receipt book, but he's going to, as they get, he is going to make it out and bring it for me. So I didn't see him because I knew him. I said, okay. So I didn't take it on. About how long after, police came back looking for my relative for the same $140 because he never put it in.
Oh.
When I told them in the station, nobody picked their teeth.
Wow.
To say, okay, who it is and why it was done. That was gone. So $140, right? He feels justified to rob a citizen. And he's supposed to be protecting and serving. It's time they get rid of them. Pass a law, get rid of them. You see how much of them retire when Gary said take lie detector? Everybody gets sick and they go on home medical.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear. I understand what you're saying there. A shout out to all the hard-working police officers, the Coast Guard, the Army officials, the intelligence unit. Top of the evening to you. We know you all work hard. I know you all work hard. I am in that field of security, so I know how it is. Hey, talking about police. Talking about police. It have a Shogona, it have an officer living in Shogona and say, I won't call his name. I wouldn't call his name. He have a nephew. He have a nephew going around telling people that he doing camera work for me. And you're spreading a set of scandal. Mr. Man, know what you're doing. Know what you're doing. Because you see the scandal you're spreading? The scandal you're spreading. Let me tell you what will happen. As the public know, as a man don't go and pay a man a $500 to go after a man. I not in that. When that man go after that man and police hold me, they go say, Saieed send he. I not on that. Let me tell you something. I just operate different. And who vexed, that all your business. Continue spreading my name bad. And let people come and continue telling me. We're talking about the nephew of a policeman who lives in Shogunas. You're telling people you're a cameraman for Saieed Ali on Real Talk. And you're going around spreading a scandal with it. Let me tell you something. If you don't want to end up on an accident on the highway, keep your bloody mouth zipped. You hear what I'm telling you? Because I will sit down 2 o'clock in the morning in my prayer room and I will light my light like everybody is light and pray. And you're going to end up in an accident. And when you end up in that accident, you're going to know it's Saieed who caused that. I'm telling you point blank. Be very careful how you're spreading my name, Saieed Ali, in a scandalous way. And to the police officer, if that is a nephew, pull up on your nephew's socks. Because my camera personals is professionals. And is when they go out and I work for me. People is called Saieed, they send a crew, yes, the name so and so and so. Good. They don't just jump out just so and do things while, like you spread them the name. I'll let you know one time. I'll let you know it one time. I am not one of them fly-by-night people. I ain't going down that road at all. So while I'm on that now, let me talk about our next issue now. I'll land this. You have a calling line? Call a good night.
Hi, blessed night, Saieed.
Go right ahead.
Yes, I'm calling concerning a situation happened by me the 10th of last month, right?
Mm-hmm.
SWAT came to my house. I Special Operation Response Team, right? They came to my house, and my wife and my daughter was home, right? But my daughter sits in SCA August, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was on a laptop in the living room doing a Zoom class now.
Yeah.
And she heard the padang, she see police. They drag her from out in the living room, throw her in the gallery, pointing gun over her. As my wife heard the padang, she was inside lying down. And she come out, this gun pointing at her face. And when I wasn't home, I came home, I wasn't far away. I came home like about half in the operation, right? And when I came home, they asked me what is my name. So I told them what is my name, I present my ID. They say, well, it's the wrong person, the wrong house. So everywhere I turn to, I get turned down about the situation. And because of that, my daughter not really staying home because she traumatized. She can't really focus on she work. She's set back on her work.
Well, how long did the incident happen?
The 10th of last month.
Okay. But did you go to the police complaint or find out anything about the officers who broke into your house? But did you see a warrant by chance?
When I came, my wife asked them for it to say, hush him out. There's
What?
nothing to do with you. Right? So when I came home, I know my rights. I said, where's the warrant? As I started to read the warrant, the snatch way. They never gave name, rank, whatever the case may be.
But did you went and make a report?
Yes, but as I went, they say they can't do nothing about that because it's Gary Boys.
They can't report?
Yeah, they say we can't do anything about that. But we had, when police complained, but due to the COVID, they did close now.
But go back to police complaint. If you have damages of what they did, what they did to your place, snap it and carry the police complaint. You see, there's a lot of things going on in Trinidad and Tobago, and hey, police is stand up for police, you know.
Well, this is it because I find it was outside or didn't give you no kind of compensation or didn't give you a quality. Because when I came home, the officer asked me, what is my name? And I told him, what is my name? I present my ID. And then they just shake their head and they walk out. And you know what get me mad too? Let's take my 12-year-old daughter from the living room and put her down in the gallery and pointing gun over her.
12 years old?
Yes.
Wow.
I tell her to tell her sit down on the chair from where I was on the laptop because she was doing she's doing class.
Make your report a police complaint. Work it with photos of damages. Thank you, my friend, for highlighting your matter. Hey, hear this now. Listen to this, eh? When police go to raid your place, the first thing they do is surround the place. That is the first step of entering one's property, being TTPS. You surround the place. You make sure there is no exit for any bandit or any individual to leave. Secondly, you go up to the door and you knock. Somebody will come out. You present your warrant, they read it, and you go ahead. You know why you will take your time in protocols? You know why you will take your time in doing what you're doing? Because the house is surrounded by officers. That is the first step that you do when you're raiding someone's property. You surround their property with officers. You fill any vacant exit. Anytime you know that they're running through the back door, you have officers on the back door. You have officers to the side of the house, both sides. You have officers in front, and then you go up to the door. The door just break down. Boy, watch me, police come and break down my door. Watch me, they use a hand again for the rest of their life, you know. I'm telling you as it is. Big man thing. You go tell me I go spend 5,000 for a door, and you come and kick down that and throw a gun butt on that? And then you leaving me now to spend the next 5,000 to repair back my door when you knock on the wrong house? There are ways in doing things to get results. And that is what Gary come out and said the other day. If a police standing up for a police on a false allegation, all are going down. All are going down. Hey, it's easy, you know. But as we move on tonight, Health Minister Terence Dial Singh will meet with the Trinidad and Tobago Registered Nurses Association next week. Remember they were protesting? The purpose of the meeting is to discuss issues currently affecting health workers. Last week, $39 million was approved to cover increments owed to workers at the North Central Regional Health Authority. However, workers at other regional health authority have since called for the settling of their issue as well. You can't want to pay north and forget south. During the health minister briefing, Mr. Dial Singh said he hopes to have private constructive negotiation. Private. The nurses and them working in the public health sector, and you want a private meeting with them. Don't feel like you go down there and bamboozle them, you know. Because they're going to march again. Meanwhile, nurses and midwives are threatening to continue protest action. This is according to the association president in the Stewart. During a march they held at St. Anne's Hospital earlier, Stewart said that on Friday there will be nurses of Tobago. So on Friday there will be nurses from Tobago, probably in Trinidad. And on July 1st, they will hold a large congregation in Port of Spain. Consecration in Port of Spain. Yesterday, the Trinidad and Tobago Registered Nurses Association organized a new protest at a psychiatric hospital demanding better wages, better job security, better insurance benefit, and better working conditions. So I mean the nurses and them, we owe it that much to them. Because there's a lot of disease and sickness, even that case, they are among. So they deserve first-class treatment. I would say first-class treatment. Somebody else might see different. Caller, good night.
Good night, my dear.
Go right ahead.
I just want to find out something, or if you could find out something for me. What is happening with San Juan Market? has been closed, you know, for like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They only allowed
I believe, thank you, caller. I believe that the reason why they are closed is probably restrictions. Probably the restrictions of large gathering. So they probably give you all the days. It's the same thing they did with Shogunas. It's the very same thing that they give them days, they sanitize the market and give them days. Now, yes, we would like to protest about it. We could highlight the matter, but keep in mind, there's a public health regulation in effect. Now, in a market, there's be a mass gathering. And it's probably that is why they give you all the days to work with. Now, I understand it could affect your finance. I understand that. Thank you for highlighting the matter. So, viewers, as we move on tonight, protest. Action by port workers on Tuesday forced the testing of over 200 nationals on board the Enchantment of the Sea. Your video?
Their absolute quarantine period ends on, I believe, Saturday. So we are looking at that. As you know, we were not able to board the ship yesterday or bring persons out to be tested because yesterday was supposed to be a swabbing day. So right now, the Chief Medical Officer and Dr. Mariam Richards, who is in charge of the logistics of that operation, are having some discussions with officials at the port to see what contingency plans we can put in place.
So this is according to Health Minister Terence Dialsing. The minister made a statement during a virtual media briefing today. So viewers, we have about 10 minutes left. You see how fast? You see how fast the hour flies? They say when you're having fun, time is short. But nevertheless, so I would like to know now, how many of you in Trinidad and Tobago would like to contribute to the Rape Crisis Center that we are building for rape victims in Trinidad and Tobago? When I met that lawyer today, she said, Saeed, she said, congratulations. He said, you are the very first person in Trinidad and Tobago to come up with an idea like that, to house rape victims. Now, she's aware, she's a lawyer, and she's aware of their workshops. The same person who, remember, call and say there's a rape crisis center in Newtown in Port of Spain. Now, it's just a workshop. You could go in and be counseled, but you have to pay for it. We did some research on it. You could go in, they would counsel you. There are sessions that you have to pay for, and after that you go right back home. You spend an hour or two, and you go right back home into your house, into your bedroom, into your lonely zone, where you would think about committing suicide, where you would think about drinking some poisonous substance, where you might think about running away into the jungle where nobody can see you. She said, Said, you are the very first person to come up with something like that. And she was like, wow. And she's a lawyer. So I have her support on her. She said, I would support you with anything. Any legal documents, I would support you. So I am asking you to contribute. Just imagine, look at the spread of this background. Look at the landscape for Real Talk Rape Crisis Center. Now, we are planning to name it as Rape Crisis Rehabilitation Center, or Rape Crisis Rehabilitation Center. More or less somewhere along that line. Look at that. When you see a backyard looking like that, it would lift your spirit. It would want you to live another day. And that is our intention. One step at a time. One step. You will get there. Look at that beautiful animated 3D design. Now, it is going to cost. It is going to cost. Like I said, it doesn't matter who you are in Trinidad, you know. It doesn't matter who you are or what position you hold. This incident could happen to you. Being a male, being a female, it could happen to you. Call a good night.
Good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
Said, you know, I will tell you something. The American state and the Canadian state, right? Police will run down people from miles away in the highway.
Yes.
With a car.
Yes.
And they will call other officers, and they will never pull a firearm to an individual. You know. When they hold him up in the car, they never pull a firearm. They will handcuff him and carry him down, but never pull firearm. Them is trained officers. Them they call trained officers. Yeah.
So listen to this now, viewers. Government has been asked to provide documents pertaining to the lease of the Melissa farm in Aripo. This came from opposition Senator Wade Mark during a private motion in the Senate on Tuesday. Take a look at this video.
Be it resolved that the Senate call on the government to take steps to ensure that the rich aggregate on the said acreage of the leased lands is protected, and be it further resolved that the Senate call on the government to table within 14 days the lease agreement between Maralessa Farms Limited / General Earth Movers Limited and the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries.
So you see Bacchanal? You see Bacchanal Real Talk creating? Bring proof, bring documents. How you can take up a farm and just give them a gesso? Something wrong? So viewers, we have about 4 minutes left on our show tonight. You know, I do say thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for making us the #1 current affairs program where we deal with the issues that are facing citizens on a daily basis. I want to thank you for that. You know, there are some nights that we get all heated up and we have a fiery show. There are some times where we just take it down, you know, and 90% of the time, I educate you, the citizens, about your right, about what is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, about things you should know, things you should do to benefit yourself. You know, but I have started this drive. And it's not benefiting Real Talk. It is a benefit to the male and the female citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And I am kindly asking for your support in this drive that we are doing. You know, if you can't contribute at 500 and you have 1,000, it's not a problem. If you have 1,500 and over and you want to contribute, it's not a problem. There's a car to be given away. There's all-inclusive trips for Tobago to be given away. They have also gold jewelry to be given away. And I'm just waiting for the borders to open up to say there's all-inclusive trip for Grenada, for Barbados. You see, we need this center to be built in Trinidad. I need it for you, the citizens. Because since I decided to do this, about 2 weeks back, is every other day an incident is taking place. People are being interfering with little girls. Hardback man, interfering with young girls. Every other day you hear it on the show, what is taking place in Trinidad. And my friends, viewers, local and regional, contribute to this drive. Contribute, because you never know when an incident like this could happen to you or the family member, and you would look for a place to put them, to bring them back into society, to recondition their mind, to nourish them back. I know you all would be looking for a place like this. And just imagine, government come and government go. Women League come and Women League go. Women are being killed in Trinidad and Tobago. Women are being raped. Women are being battered. And nothing from Women's League. Nothing. Nothing. But when we husband in politics, got an allegation against them. You know when you eat pepper, your mouth hot? That's how they operate. So the past administration, the present administration, you all want to contribute to what I'm doing. It's all well and good. But don't tell yourself, you hear Saieed talking about Rape Crisis Center, and all of a sudden you jump on a bandwagon and you want to open a Rape Crisis Center. Watch me, I will stink up your name. You know Ganda egg stink? 5 years and all I didn't think about that. As Saieed talk about it, all I want to do, all I realize as soon as I talk about it, the police launch a team. I stink, you know. I could be a nice, clean, loving fella. But when you hear I get stink, it's a horse with a different color according to them old people they say, you know. So if I want to contribute, it's not a problem. I would welcome it. I don't mind calling all the name on TV. I don't mind for the contribution of the center. The business sector, come together. Come together. Let us build this for the citizen. Let me tell you something. Big man, big business. Or let daughter and wife and thing going to be raped, you know. And what are they going to do? What are they going to do? So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. But nevertheless, there's a rerun tomorrow at 11 a.m. And we will be back with you on Thursday night for a live broadcast of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. There's always something to watch on Synergy TV. There's always something to watch. So viewers, I want to thank you one more time. Ila anta bakir aizat ruhuma alki al-lazama. Be safe, enjoy the night until we meet again. Good night. That is what I just said.